Hello, Fear the Meerkat here. Welcome to my brand new Let's Play.
47111.1. A Federation listening post along the Romulan neutral zone has detected an unidentified vessel headed for Federation space. The Enterprise is moving to intercept.
At its reported heading and velocity, the vessel will enter Federation space in approximately 47.3 seconds.
Go to yellow alert.
We have the vessel on sensors.
The ship is a Garidian scout ship. They are driving their engines too hard. Their warp core is critical.
The Garidians? What is the status of their relationship with the Romulan Empire?
They're on friendly terms and may share technology.
We are being hailed.
On screen.
Help us. We are fleeing political persecution. We seek asylum. We are being hurt.
Their signal is breaking up.
What do you make of this, number one?
It could be a trick.
The Garidians have earned a reputation as honorable warriors, Captain. They do not ordinarily resort to trickery.
We are within visual range. The Garidian's warp drive is failing. They are dropping to sublight speed inside Federation space.
Slow to impulse.
Warbird decloaking directly ahead. The Warbird is also Garidian. They are hailing us.
This is an internal Garidian matter. Withdraw at once.
You are violating Federation space.
They have cut off transmission.
The Warbird has locked its tractor beam onto the scout ship.
Go to red alert.
Now I want to apologise for a couple of things here. These things won't occur in future episodes, but I haven't found a way to fix the problem yet. There's that little bit you can see at the bottom of the screen where you're not actually seeing the game, you're seeing my desktop. Sorry about that. You'll see why it's a problem in a second. Basically the screen will go larger fairly soon, just hasn't quite done yet.
Space.
To do with the cutscenes.
The final frontier. These are the voyagers of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Anyway, it shouldn't be a problem in future episodes. I'm gonna work on fixing it, and I don't think any of the other cutscenes are like this. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Now, the other problem is perhaps my voice is fairly loud here. Unfortunately, I haven't really seen a video of this yet. I'm just recording it live. I'm doing live commentary, but because of that, I don't know how loud my voice is here. So if my voice is quite loud, I apologise, but I will be changing the settings for my microphone once I know how loud this actually is. Apart from that, just enjoy it. You know, it's a new Let's Play. I'm doing live commentary for the first time in a very long time. Just enjoy this.
Captain's log supplemental. A Garidian warbird has violated the neutral zone in pursuit of a scout ship. The fugitives may be seeking political asylum, but as yet we have been unable to confirm their intentions.
See, the problem has been solved here. As you can tell, click on someone's his badge, and that lets you communicate to various people. You can talk to the characters and ask their advice. I'll be doing it in a minute. The turbo lift leads to the holodeck, which lets you replay cutscenes and engineering, and the transporter. I'll be showing those off individually later on. I reckon I don't want to bore you too much now. The computer has information about various different races, like the Garidians, for example. Astrogation, I think, if I remember correctly, that has to do with navigating through the game, but it's been a while since I last played this. I think I was 18 last time I played this, so tactical tactical is just tactical. It's for shooting things and whatnot. And the conference lounge lets you speak to any characters who have come aboard the ship.
What do you think, number one?
The Garidians respect strength. If we show any sign of weakness, it might just encourage them to fight.
What do you suggest?
Maybe we can use our phasers until they listen to reason.
Let's give it a try. Lock phasers on the Warbird, 10% power. Fire.
The Warbird is hailing us.
On screen.
Federation starship. This is an internal Garidian matter. You've been warned not to interfere.
Your presence here gives me every right to interfere. Why have you violated the neutral zone?
Captain, the Warbird has disengaged its tractor beam. They are locking their disruptors on us.
Transporter room, lock on and energize.
We will have to drop our shields to use the transporter.
We'll have to take that risk.
The crew of the scout ship has been beamed aboard.
Captain, you are harboring dangerous criminals. I demand that you transfer them to my custody immediately.
You have to be very careful about what choice you make here. I'm just going to go for the one that seems safest, because if you're not careful, you just end up in a fight and end up destroying their ship, and you don't want to do that, so...
They are now guests aboard my ship. If you return to Garidian space immediately, I will overlook your violation of the neutral zone.
Very well. You have won this time, Captain. But I promise you, there will be a next time.
There isn't really
The
a
Warbird
points
is heading back toward
system
Garidian
as
space.
such, but you
They're
can ask
activating their
Starfleet
Pokemon
how you're
device.
doing.
Captain, our new arrivals are requesting to speak with you. Their names are Lucana, Avakar, and Tabak.
What are your
So,
orders, Captain?
I should like to consider the situation a bit further.
yeah, basically, this is where we can go and talk to our guests. But, yes, it is a good idea to save frequently. I should explain, I did in fact save an earlier game, which is why when I press this, which gives you the options, there's already a saved game there, and I'm just going to do that, and there we go. And yes, you can hail Starfleet and they will tell you how well they think you've been doing. I would advise you to save frequently.
I feel I should apologize for my mother's actions, Captain.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother is Pentara, the captain of the Asirum. It was her vessel you confronted when she had my scout ship in her tractor beam.
Why is your own mother trying to kill you?
She is only doing her duty. I know she doesn't want to kill me, but she is under orders to prevent Lucana from finding the lawgiver's fifth scroll.
What is this fifth scroll you mentioned?
Tabak is our historian. I'm sure he can explain it to you much better than I can.
Why are you so interested in this fifth scroll?
Because I believe in Lucana's crusade. Even though I was born a patrician, Lucana has made me aware of the plebeian suffering. The fifth scroll would give them a more honorable place in Garidian society.
I sympathize with your cause, but I must inform you that the Federation will not take sides in Garid's domestic politics.
And we are not asking you to do so, Captain. When the time comes, we will fight that battle ourselves.
By the way, throughout the rest of the game you'll get involved in their internal politics, so ignore what he just said. There's no point in speaking to Lucana. She says basically the same thing that Avakar said.
Captain Picard, can you help us contact a Vulcan archaeologist named Shinnok? He may possibly hold the key to the discovery of the lawgiver's fifth scroll.
What is this fifth scroll you mentioned?
Let me give you a bit of background. Garidian society is a rigid structure consisting of two distinct classes, the patricians and the plebeians. For the the past 1,000 years, that structure has been governed by the laws derived from the 4 sacred scrolls. The first scroll outlines our code of honor. The second describes the relationship between the military and the government. The third defines the principles of our religion. And the fourth enumerates the privileges and the responsibilities of the patrician class.
But you speak of another scroll.
According to legend, the lawgiver also wrote a 5th scroll defining the rights and privileges of the plebeian class, which were not explained in the other scrolls.
Ah, I can see how this situation occurred.
Who is the lawgiver?
His real name was Avatrunai, and he was the architect of Garidian society. His 4 scrolls became the cornerstone of our entire culture.
Why are you so interested in this 5th scroll?
I am a scholar, Captain. My interest is purely academic. Lucana, on the other hand, is a social revolutionary. She hopes the scroll will inflame the underclasses to rebellion.
How would an ancient scroll do her any good?
The patricians stopped the lawgiver before he could reveal his 5th scroll. The lawgiver and a few of his disciples, known as the Followers, left Gerard in 5 spaceships to start their own colony. No trace of them was ever found, and the story gradually took on mythic proportions.
I suspect that at some point we will find out where they went. But not for a few episodes.
What makes you think Shaynok can help you?
My studies indicate that the Followers ended up somewhere in what is now Federation space. But because our governments are not on friendly terms, I could never follow up on that research. But the Vulcan scholar Shaynok lives in the Federation and has made extensive studies of our history. I believe he may have vital information that will help us locate the Followers. The 5th scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Gerard's history. Even if you don't agree with Lucana's goals, I urge you to talk to Shaynok and help us find the scroll for science's sake.
This could be an intriguing quest.
Now, as you may know, if you're a fan of the series, Captain Picard might find this interesting. He's a bit of a scholar and an archaeologist himself. Now, if you select the wrong option here, basically you never progress through the game. Nothing happens. So, you really need to choose the right one.
I have decided to visit Shaynok and see whether he can help you regarding the 5th scroll.
Thank you for agreeing to visit Shaynok, Captain. The 5th scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Gerard's history.
You mentioned that. Well, let's just abandon our patrol of the neutral zone. I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Understood. We will be
Not
underway
dangerous in any
I will
way.
let you know when we arrive. Mr. Worf, inform Starfleet that we will be assisting the Garidians in their search.
Aye, sir.
Computer, what are the current whereabouts of the Vulcan archaeologist Shaynok?
According to Federation Archaeological Survey records, Shaynok is currently excavating ruins on the planet Horst 3.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
I don't know how long this episode is going to end up being, because it's live. I reckon it's probably going to be between 25 minutes and half an hour, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of the cutting out that I normally do with my Legend of Zelda
we are
Let's
receiving an
Plays.
emergency transmission from Simcoe 4.
Simcoe 4? Isn't there a research center there?
Yes, sir. The work at Merton's orbital station focuses on power generation. The researchers there are among the best in the Federation.
Oh yeah, we can't afford to be diverted on our mission to see an archaeologist.
On screen. This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. How can we be of help?
Captain Picard, I am Daneb, Chancellor of Simcoe. We are in need of immediate assistance. Merton's orbital station has been attacked by an unknown vessel and does not answer our hails.
Attacked? But the station is a purely scientific facility.
Is the attacking vessel still present?
We do not know. Whoever or whatever they were, our sensors did not detect them.
Perhaps it was a cloaked Romulan vessel.
I doubt the Romulans would venture this far into Federation territory. The risks are too great.
Captain, you must hurry. The attack has destabilized the station's experimental power core. We don't know how long we have until a core breach. But I can tell you the resulting energy release and radiation would be catastrophic.
What about survivors? Did anyone get off the station?
We detected several escape pods, but we haven't recovered them yet. The pods we detected could hold only a few dozen. There are hundreds aboard the station, including families.
Set course for Simcoe 4. I hope it's not too late.
Thank you, Captain. I hope you arrive in time.
We'll do our best. Picard out. Dr. Crusher.
Crusher here.
Doctor, we may shortly be taking on a large number of wounded, possibly hundreds.
How much time have I got?
Not enough, I'm afraid. Picard out. Miss LaForge?
Yes, Captain.
We're en route to Merton's orbital station. They've been attacked, and they're going to need immediate assistance. See what you can find out about their experimental power core.
I'll see what I can dig up, but the Simconians do some advanced work. It may take a while to figure it all out.
Then I suggest you work quickly. Millions of lives on the planet's surface may be at stake. I expect
So
a
no
full
pressure.
analysis of the situation and our options as soon as we're within sensor range.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
Sometimes during the game you might want to put the warp up to 7. Sometimes he has it quite low, and some places are a long way away from where you are. My advice is not to put it up to warp 9.4, which is its highest though, because you can sometimes accidentally be damaged that way.
Captain's log. We have arrived at the Simcoe system in response to a distress call regarding Merton's orbital station. The station was apparently attacked by unknown forces, leaving it in danger of a power core breach.
We are within sensor range of the Merton's orbital station, sir.
On screen. Miss LaForge?
LaForge here.
Report. What is the condition of the station?
You're looking at what's left of the Merton's orbital station, one of the largest research centers in the Federation. The focus of their work is on power generation. 5 years ago, they built the prototype of an experimental power core, and it's been running the station ever since.
Power generation studies? That doesn't warrant an assault like this.
I've been in contact with Starfleet headquarters. Power generation is only part of what this station studies. For several years, researchers here have been working on new ways to detect cloaked vessels.
If the Romulans discovered this, they might have risked a raid. The Simconians did not detect the attacking ship. It may have been cloaked.
That's speculation, Mr. Worf. We have no proof the Romulans were involved.
Well, whoever it was, something powerful punched through the station's shields and sliced off an entire research wing.
What do you mean, sliced off?
There is insufficient debris in the area to indicate that the missing section was destroyed. It is possible the attackers simply removed it.
Geordi, could that be what destabilized the power core?
No, and that's what I can't figure out. Damage to the upper deck should only cause minor problems, but I'm reading serious power fluctuations. Maybe serious enough to breach the power core's containment field.
What will happen if the containment field fails?
I can't say for certain, but with the amount of energy that thing can put out, I wouldn't want to be around it when it goes.
Is there any way to shut down the core?
There's a fail-safe mechanism which is supposed to jettison the core automatically in an emergency.
I'd say this qualifies as an emergency. Why wasn't the core jettisoned?
The only way to prevent it is by manual override. Someone has to be there to stop it.
That means there's someone still alive in there. Data, are you picking up any life signs?
The station's shielding is interfering with our sensors. I cannot tell if any of the crew are still alive. However, life support is still functioning. But power readings indicate that it may fail at any time.
Dr. Crusher,
Crusher here.
we are nearing Merton's station. Are you prepared for casualties?
My staff is ready to do double shifts. We can handle about 330 emergency cases, but we'll have to beam the rest down to Simcoe.
Understood. What is your recommendation?
We can't do anything from here, but to get an away team aboard, we have to find a way through those shields.
I believe I have a solution. The station's upper shields are badly damaged. If we establish a lock on a transporter on the upper decks, a transporter beam could penetrate the weakened shields.
Once we're in, we should be able to jettison the power core. Then we can lower the station's shields and evacuate the wounded.
Very well, number one. Make it so.
Geordi, I want you and the rest of the away team ready to go in 20 minutes.
We'll be there in 10.
No, he said 20 minutes. Honestly. Right, speaking of the time, that seems like an excellent time to end this episode. Okay, I will see you next time.